How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another FPL RG video. Today we'll be looking at the best free hit team for Gameweek 37, and with that said, my free hit is activated. Just a reminder of the fixtures for Gameweek 37, and we have 5 teams that are doubling, who are Leicester, Everton, Palace, Aston Villa and Burnley, with the only team blanking in Gameweek 37 being Manchester United. I know we may look to target the double game week players, but there are some amazing single game week players as well, which we have to consider in our free hit teams. But we'll look into that when we go into the free hit team. For now, let's have a quick look at how the team performed in Game Week 36. So Game Week 36 was a pretty crazy one, and one that will go down in FPL folklore. For me personally, it wasn't the worst game week. And it started pretty bad. I dropped from 9.7k to about 15k before one fixture. And yep, you've got that right. You know which fixture I'm talking about. But yeah, I made 3 transfers going into the game week, played no chip, and to hold rank, I think that is pretty decent. I got rid of Kane. I know, pretty sucky that I got rid of Kane. Got rid of Coutinho as well as Saiss from Wolves, and I brought in Richarlison, De Bruyne and Diaz. Now, if we're going to talk about Diaz pretty quick, I was beyond disappointed. Firstly, he should have scored the goal that Laporte scored. I have no idea how he missed, but the keeper saved it, and at least we got the FPL assist, right? But yeah, then going off injured during halftime, not getting the clean sheet points, and then missing the second game because he's now injured and out for the rest of the season. I mean, that is crazy. Not just variance, it's just utter unluckiness. I don't even know what's the correct word to use, but it was pretty crappy. Yeah, could have been a lot more points there, but we'll take what we can get. And the big decision for me was to go against effective ownership. I knew that Salah would be the most captain player for the game week, and that was correct. In the top 10k, he had an effective ownership of more than 180%. And because I wasn't happy with my rank going into the game week at 9.7k, it's been pretty disappointing the last few game weeks. I, not too long ago, was 1.8k with the target being possibly the top 500 even. And yeah, I've just been falling, dropped to 9.7k, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go with my gut feeling here, and my gut was telling me to go with De Bruyne as my captain. My head and my heart said go with Salah, but I just could not deny what my gut was telling me to do. And because I was still a bit confused, do I go with my gut or do I go with my head? I flipped a coin. The coin landed on De Bruyne, and then I said, you know what, let's do best out of 3. Still De Bruyne. And then I said, you know what, KDB is my captain. And I just could not believe what I was witnessing when he scored 4 goals and even hit the post. What could have been his 5th goal. Crazy scenes. But yeah, even Mount came to the party, and Harvey Barnes in that second fixture. Yeah, I'll take it. 120 points minus 8. Not too bad considering no chip. And if we have a look at how it actually went, yeah, the red arrow isn't too big at all. 9.7k to 9.8k. And yeah, I'm left slightly disappointed at my rank, as I mentioned before. If you have a look at my history throughout the season, I've only been outside of the top 100k once, which is all the way back in Game Week 3. I've been there and there about the top 10k throughout the entire season. You have a look around Game Week 12 or so as 5k, then out in 16k, and then back 3.9k in Game Week 19. And then it all changed when I started using my chips. Game Weeks 26, 28 and 29. If you have a look down here, 26, 28, 29, when I played my triple captain, wildcard and bench boost. And that changed the season for me. Getting 154 points, 121 and 115. I've actually gotten 100 points 5 times this season, which is insane considering that I've been consistent throughout my FPL history. If you have a look here, my worst rank to date is 86k back in the 2018-2019 season, and the most 100 pointers I've ever hit in a single season was 2 before the season. So to hit 5 and not reach the top 1k, I am left very disappointed. But instead of moping around, all we can do is try and smash it again. We went with KDB captain in Gameweek 36 and it paid off. It's time to do something different, and that is why I have activated my free hit 37. Now, a big factor as to why I've played the free hit this game week was that Arsenal versus Tottenham fixture. If Arsenal won that fixture, I would have likely been playing my free hit in Gameweek 38. But because Spurs are still in this top 4 race, just 1 point behind Arsenal, this fixture against Burnley is a must-win game for Spurs. And funny enough, Burnley are actually third for, I think it was chances created or expected goals in the last few game weeks. Crazy, right? So yeah, it looks like Burnley will be attacking since they are in a relegation battle. And I expect both Son and Kane to smash it this game week. And I do think that the fixture favors Kane a bit more than Son. I know everyone is trying to bring in Son into their teams currently with regards to the Golden Boot, with regards to his form. And yeah, I know he has been smashing it of recent note. 15 points, 12, 21, and now 20 points in Gameweek 36 as well. Not forgetting the 19 pointer before that. But I had a look at the underlying numbers earlier today, and even though Son has been smashing it the last few game weeks, Kane's underlying numbers are far better than Son. And in 36, the fixtures of Liverpool and Arsenal would have favoured Son because Spurs would have been in the counter-attack. And when it is the counter-attack, you know what happens. Kane just sprays balls in to Son, and Son gets on the end of them. He's a lethal finisher in front of goal. But the fixture against Burnley, I'm actually favouring Kane, and I am considering captaining him even without a double game week. Another a player that I am very likely to captain is Mo Salah. He is the second most transferred out player. What is it? Let's have a look quickly. The second most transferred out player at almost 180,000 people getting rid of him. And I think it's going to burn you. If you're one of them and you are selling Mo right now, I am not going to feel bad for you. And let me tell you why. Salah was very unexpectedly benched in Gameweek 36. He came on for 18 minutes or so. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 18 minutes, and he blanked. He blanked against Spurs, he blanked against Villa. And I know for his price tag, you're fed up and it's time to get rid. You're bringing in De Bruyne because it's an easy transfer. But you know what? I think bringing in De Bruyne right now is very much recency bias. He isn't going to score 4 again. That happened last game, and you've missed out on this points. There's nothing you can do about that. It's gone. You know, the West Ham fixture for Man City isn't an easy one. If they do win, I'd say the league is pretty much wrapped up. But Man City are going to be missing Laporte, Diaz, Walker, Stones. They're basically missing their entire defense apart from Cancelo. I can see West Ham scoring in that fixture. If you have Man City defense, I would consider selling them for the likes of Matty Cash or Digne, or even a player that I don't have in the team right now, but we are going to talk about that very soon. So yeah, Salah is very much in this Golden Boot race. He's just one ahead of Son. I don't expect Salah to get rested again for the rest of the season. And I'm pretty sure he's going to want that award. That and even the top assisters award, the Playmaker award. Salah will want both of those. Could Trent get rested in one fixture, assuming Man City wins against West Ham? It is possible. But yeah, let's talk about the free hit team. So this is the best free hit team, in my opinion, for the game week. I could make one or two very minor changes, but this is the team I absolutely love. Everton are most likely to keep at least one clean sheet this game week, which is why I've gone for Pickford at the back. And if you watch Pickford recently, the man has been a save magnet. Look at the last 3 game weeks, 10.6 and 6 again. Yeah, and he had that 6-pointer, even though he didn't keep a clean sheet against Leicester, and the 10-pointer against Chelsea. Well, who can forget that? So yeah, double defense of Everton would be great, and the player that I do want, and I just can't stretch to at the moment, is Mykolenko, or Mykolenko. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce his name. I prefer him to Gordon in this team. I just can't stretch to it at the moment. Let's just move on to transfers. So I've got 0.1 in the bank at the moment. And if I try fit in Mykolenko, I'm left with 3.7 to fill in a midfielder spot, which is virtually impossible. Yeah, it's a tricky situation. But I am weighing up a few options. I could drop Trent for Robertson, and if he is rested, well, I've got Tsimikas, which is a very decent strategy. Liverpool will have to score a ton of goals against Southampton, especially if West Ham does get a result against Man City. That goal difference is quite high now, and it's very much possible that Liverpool could score a few against that Southampton team with nothing much to play for with regards to Southampton. They're on the beach and they could get smacked about, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a huge Salah haul, especially after so many of you have sold him and you're just not backing the king. Why would you do that? I'm not going to feel bad for you if it happens. But yeah, at the moment, fitting in Mykolenko is quite a difficult one. I could go for Coutinho instead of Danny Ings, and the reason why I would go for Coutinho, he's just signed a new deal with Aston Villa and he will be here permanently now. And I could see him starting in the next 2. Ollie Watkins, from the presses earlier today, it seems that he could get a few minutes in the first fixture against Palace, but I don't think he will start that game, and that is why I feel that Coutinho could start the next 2. Danny Ings looked great against Liverpool, which is why he was in the current team. And if we just have a look at his numbers, 8 points, and 2. I mean, he did score an offside goal, which was a rocket as well. But yeah, with Watkins out, I do think that Ings is a great option. I've gone for Cash at the back, because the guy offers so much attacking threat. Lucadinha, he's the one. They basically, think of it like the Robertson and Trent role, right? They're both massively involved. Not even Robertson and Trent. Think of it like the Alonso role. Cash basically plays that Alonso role where he's always in the box, you know? And Dinya is kind of like the Trent or the Robertson. He's the creator in the team. And if we're talking about the rest of the defense, Mykolenko, why I want him in is in the last game against Watford, he took 3 shots, 2 of which were in the box. He's playing just as high as Richarlison, and the man is just 1% owned. What is it? 1.2% owned. There's a massive differential, and playing as wing back, he is the player I want in the team. I just have to, try and fit him into the team. Possibly go for a 4-3-3 formation or 4-4-2 formation. But yeah, I will still be tinkering with the team. This is more or less what I have right now. Son and Kane in the team, no debate. I don't think I would have De Bruyne over either of them. I know a lot of you are getting in De Bruyne instead of Kane. I want Kane and Son based on how important this fixture is. Salah the king, I'm not even going to talk about that. If you're getting rid, do so at your own risk. Wilfred Zaha, if you've read any of my FPL articles, if you've been watching the videos, you would know that I always tip Wilfried Zaha to do well at the end of the season. The man is always looking for a move away from Palace, and he just comes to life towards the back end of the season. And if we have a look at the last few game weeks as well, he scored 4 goals recently, up to 5 if we go all the way back to 28. He is in penalties as well, and he's made it known that he wants to play as the lone striker. So we could see that happening. The only issue I have with this team, if you are bringing in Zaha, he faces Villa, and if I'm going double Villa defense, does it even make sense? It's basically you trying to cover anything that could happen in the game. Whether Villa keeps a clean sheet, that'd be great because you've got Cash and Digne, right? But then Zaha blanks, and that isn't ideal. I'm possibly waiting for early news on deadline day, and just a reminder that the deadline is on Sunday, not Saturday like we used to. So Liverpool will play Chelsea in the FA Cup final before the deadline, which would give us a proper indication on what's very likely to happen in Gameweek 37 in terms of the lineup. Like I said, regardless of how many minutes are played, if it goes to 120 minutes in penalties, I still think Salah will play as long as he doesn't get injured. Everyone else, well, that's up for debate, but we'll get to that when the time comes. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you have your notifications on, because the moment I have finalized the team, I will be posting it here on YouTube and on my social media platforms as well, which is Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Yeah, I would love to get in Maddison. Hopefully we get some early news. So Maddison could come in instead of Zaha, and I will try and find a way to fit in Mykolenko instead of Gordon. Gordon's a good budget enabler. You could get lucky. This could be the week that he scores again. If you have a look at Gameweek 25, 1 goal, 1 assist, 14 points. You go further on, Gameweek 32, he scored a goal against Man United. And with how my luck is going, just watch. I'm going to bring in Mykolenko, right? He's going to look great, but Everton are going to concede in both fixtures. The guy is going to blank, and Gordon is going to come out with 2 goals and 1 assist. That's how it works, right? But yeah, that's me all set with a free hit. Let me know below on your thoughts, whether you agree with the team, whether you have any questions regarding your own team. I'm here. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help as much as I can. Just 2 gamings to go. It's been a draining season, if we're being honest. The most double gamings of any season. I think that's what drained me, actually. I used to love double gamings in the past, but now they're just clouding our judgment. It's always like, oh, I have to bring in this player. Instead of thinking about it and planning, we're just forced into getting these double gaming players. But yeah, that's a topic for another day. We'll look at the season review. After the season is done, we'll make a video on that. We'll chat, possibly even do a live stream. That's something that I want to do going into next season. But yeah, something to think about. Let me know below your thoughts on the video. Give it a like if you enjoyed the content here. If it helped you in any way, I really would appreciate that. And don't forget to read my FPL articles below. I've written 3 for the game week, which is on captaincy, is on the transfer activity, whether we should sell or buy the players in the transfer market at the moment, as well as the key notes from Double Gameweek 36. I went through every single game and discussed the key performers and the events that happened. So yeah, that link is in the description below. Make sure you give it a read and let me know what you think. Good luck for the game week, everyone, and remember to FPL responsibly.